So, anybody else? Okay, tak ada. So, quantitative it takes some time. Okay, for us to do the analysis, there are a few tests that you have to conduct. Data entry. After that, you perform data cleaning. After perform data cleaning, then you conduct your Chromebook alpha test, reliability. Then do your correlation, and then you're going to conduct t-test. After conducting test, you're going to conduct ANOVA. Then you're going to conduct regression. So all this topic will be covered in your parametric test. So there's a lot of tests that need to be conducted in the quantitative. That's why quantitative takes more than 4 weeks actually. Okay, kalau 3 hours, 12 hours, you take 4 weeks. The 10 weeks, 1 week is your semester break. 9 weeks will be on the quantitative. Last semester, nobody failed in the class. Okay, last semester there's somebody failed in the class. Earlier semester there's some 1 or 2 students fail. Okay, as for the teaching methodology, lecture to the slide presentation, then you're going to have your discussion and so on. Okay, I'm going to guide you with using SPSS and also going to guide you with using how to use NVivo. Okay, so at least you have some experience. As for your assessment, the continuous assessment will be 70%. Okay, continuous assessment will be 70%. It can be either individual or group. Okay, it can be individual or it can be a group project or group work or group assignment. If I'm not that lazy, I will ask you to do a group project. So that easier for me to mark. At least one assignment, I have 3 students. So I only have collect about 7 assignments to mark. Okay, but you have to do it on your own and then you discuss. Okay, individual assignment, same thing. It all depends whether I want to give you individual or group. Okay, your final assessment would be 30%. So the final assessment will be on the quantitative. Okay, that is how you're going to interpret your quantitative result. So for final assessment, there will be 3 questions. And the exam is, the final assessment is only for 2 hours. 2 hours, 3 questions, all quantitative. Okay, so for your continuous, 35% continuous assessment will come up with your quantitative. And then 20% will be qualitative, 15% will be your test. But I'm not so sure whether I'm going to give you test or not. Because if I were to give you test, normally student cannot answer. Why cannot answer? I do not know. Okay, even though it is an open book. I give an open book test, but student does not perform. So I'm not so sure whether I'm going to give a test or just going to give to you an assignment to be part of your that 15%. So to 20% will absolutely from your qualitative, 35% will absolutely from your quantitative. The other 15%, I'm not so sure. If I'm not going to give you a test, then I'm going to give you assignment. The assignment that 50% will come from your qualitative. Okay, so let's say qualitative 2015, so make up of 35. Quantitative also 35%. Most likely you're going to have 3 assignment and 1 quiz. Okay, 10, 10, 10, and then the final one will be 5% will be based on your quizzes. So that's make up your 70%. And your final will be 30%, consists of 3 questions and need to be answered within 2 hours. Okay, if it is an online exam, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send to your WhatsApp the questions, and then you answer it within that 2 hours. After that, you scan and email it back to me. Okay, my email address will be Roslani, ROSLANI 2962 @gmail.com. Okay, roslani2962@gmail.com. That will be my address, email address. My other email address is full, so tak boleh pakai lah tu. So that's why I put roslani@gmail2962.
Doctor.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So for the final assessment, so it's a handwritten
Yes.
assessment.
Yes, handwritten.
Okay,
After handwritten, then you scan it and then email to me. And then I will respond to your email. Okay, after I receive, I will respond to your email. So if I did not receive, then normally I'll tell you. Okay, please resubmit. Any questions so far?
Doctor?
Yes.
For qualitative punya assignment, do we need to submit within 2 weeks?
You need to submit by next week, one assignment, most probably, or the following week. Okay, either next week or the following week, you're going to submit one, and then 2 weeks later, you're going to submit another assignment. I think both we do the qualitative this year. Okay, the 20% will be qualitative and the 15% also qualitative. So you are going to have 2 assignments on qualitative, 3 assignments on quantitative plus 1 quiz. So that makes up our 70%. Okay? Okay. Any question to ask? Okay, no question, good. So we have 21. Okay, I have 21 students in the class. Okay, what you need to do, your first assignment. Okay, your first assignment is to form a group. Okay, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6. That means you're going to have 4 groups. Okay, you have 3 groups. Okay, 3 groups. You have 5 members in each group. 5, 5, 5, you get 15. And group number 4, you're going to have 6. You got it? Okay. 3 groups, you have 5 members. And the 4th group, you have 6 members. Okay. For this assignment, okay, for your qualitative assignment, the first assignment that you need to do for a qualitative, you need to form a group of 4. 3 groups, you have 5 members. And the 4th group, you have 6 members. You choose among yourself. I do not know. Okay. And what you need to do is, your group members, all of you in the group, discuss among yourself your research area of your interests, of the group interests. Okay, you're going to conduct a research. So what after research? It is a qualitative research. So you determine your area and you find research area. After that, you go and find articles, qualitative research articles that related to your study. Understood? Okay, related to your what you want to do, your group members want to do. You find each of you find at least 3 or 4 articles. You read those articles. You need to be done this week, okay? And then I want you to come up with interview questions. Okay? I want you to come up with interview questions that related to your research area, your group research area. Understood? Okay. That questions, you should have about 7 questions that you need to ask your respondent. Okay, you come up with the 7 questions. After that, each of you in the group have to conduct 1 interview. Okay, understood? You form a group of 5 or 6, then you discuss what type of research that you want to do, a qualitative research that you want to do. Then you go and find some articles. Each of you go and find 3 or 4 articles, read the articles, and then come back in the group. Okay, you discuss to come up with interview questions that related to your study. So that questions, after you have that 7 or 8 questions, then you have to conduct an interview. Each member in the group conduct 1 interview. Okay, like Hidayah most likely will conduct an interview with one of her friend in Johor Bahru. Okay, and then Hidayah Ismail, you conduct let's say you are in the same group. Okay, Nur Hidayah Ismail, you conduct an interview with your friend somewhere in what? You from where? Selangor. Okay, so KL.
KL.
You conduct an interview with a friend of yours in KL. Okay, so each of you in the group conduct 1 interview. So that means if you have 5 members, that means each of you have 1 interview. So that interview should last between 30 to 40 minutes, not more than that, please. Okay, the interview that you need to conduct is between 30 to 40 minutes, not more than 40 minutes. Understood? And it is a qualitative research. So most of the questions should be an open-ended questions. Don't put, okay, what is your name? 1 question. Question 2, how old are you? The second question. Third question, are you married? That is not considered as a question. Okay? The question that you ask is more specifically about the objective that you want to achieve. That's why in any research, you must have an objective. After you have an objective, you must have a problem statement, right? A problem statement, you have a research questions. Okay, so to answer your research question, that is your interview. Okay, so at the end of the day, after you have conducted the interview, you have to be very focused when you conduct the interview. Then you transcribe whatever that you have interviewed. Okay, so the one that you transcribe, that's your first assignment, and you have to submit to me your transcript of the interview that you have conducted with your friend. Any questions so far?
Doctor,
Yes.
for the 7 or 8 question, do we need to meanings that we have to use the same question
Yes.
for our group?
Yes. You're going to use the same question. Each of you going to use in a group, use the same question. Okay.
Okay, and then the question after we read the article, and then we can come out the question from the article also, right?
Yes.
We can modify the question from
yes. Okay, that suit your needs. Okay.
Okay.
So each of you in a group conduct an interview based on the same questions. So after you have conducted the interview, you transcribe and then you submit. That will be your first assignment. Make sure it is between 30 to 40 minutes. Okay. I know if you conduct less than 30 minutes, I know. Okay. Because last semester, I asked the student to redo the interview again. The reason is that he conducted an interview less than 8 minutes. And I know that it is less than 8 minutes. You know how many? Because based on their transcript, the transcript is only 5 pages and it's a double spacing. 5 pages, double spacing. How long does it take? He said half an hour. I said, don't try to bullshit me. Okay? I said, don't try to bullshit me. Because I've done that. I conduct qualitative research interviews. I know. How long does it take? So there's one student, when she transcribed the interview, it's about 28 pages. I said, how long did you conduct your interview? 30 minutes, doctor. Okay, about 35 minutes, doctor. Okay, fair enough, I know. If I were to ask you to conduct an interview for 30 minutes and you give me only 5 pages or 6 pages or less than 10 pages, definitely you're going to fail. Okay, definitely you're going to fail. For example, I give 15 marks for that assignment. Okay, the student that submitted the student that submitted with 23 pages, 28 pages. Okay, out of 15, she got 12.5. Okay, 12.5 is about 100%, yeah, about 80%, right? Okay, 80%, 80 to 85%. If another student who submitted with 5 pages, double spacing, how many marks he or she deserve? 10 marks? Is it fair or not? No. I give him or her only 3.5 marks out of 15. Fail or pass? Fail. Your passing mark is 65%, right? So if 65% out of 15, you should get about 10 marks. 10 out of 15 is 2/3, is 66%. So minimum you should get 10, 3.5. That's it. I told you, you have to take this subject matter seriously because your continuous assessment is 70%. So take it seriously for the continuous assessment. The highest mark for the continuous assessment, if I'm not mistaken, was 58 or 59 out of 70. The highest. Okay. You get 59 or 60 out of 70. How many marks to pass? Another 5 marks. Because that particular student take it seriously for the continuous assessment. The qualitative did seriously, and then because it is an open book, you have to write, you can refer to materials, whatever materials that you want to do. So your continuous assessment, take it seriously. So at last, sir, can I redo my assignment? Kesian juga kan? I did not make good grades in my continuous assessment. Say, well, I give you the opportunity. So pity them. So there are 2 students, okay, who did not take it seriously for the assignment. So after you have transcribed, you submit, and then, okay, your transcript that you have prepared based on your interview, you have to share with the other members in the class, in the group. Okay. So the other member, okay, after that, you have to share your interview transcript that you have conducted and that you have transcribed, you share with the other members. So each of you in a group of 5, you're going to have 5 transcripts. 1 is yours, the other 4 is from your colleague. If there are 6 members, you have 6 transcripts, 1 is yours, 5 from the other members. Okay, as if the other 4 or 5 transcripts that you get from your friends are the interviews that you conducted. That's why you have the same questions. Instead of you conduct 5 interviews, now I only ask you to conduct 1 interview. The other 4, you outsource to your friend to conduct for you on your behalf. Then when your friends shared back the interview transcript they have transcribed, and then as if all those transcripts that you have is your interview transcript that you have conducted. Okay, all the interviews that you have conducted on your own, as if. That's when you have 5. So based on that, then you're going to do your second assignment. Okay, your second assignment is to do a research paper write-up. Okay, to do a research paper write-up. It means based on the 5 interview transcripts, you're going to use your NVivo to analyze, to come up with the themes. After that, then you start to do your research paper write up. Your research paper write up, I want just not more than 15 pages. You have your introduction, you have the background of the study, you have the methodology, you have the data and the findings, okay? And then you have the conclusion. So all in, not more than 15 pages. That will be your second assignment. Okay, any questions so far?
Doctor.
Yeah.
For the second assignment, so the write-up would be individual or
Okay,
a
the
group?
write-up would be individual.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's why when you have the 5 transcript, you have to do your analysis. That analysis must be done in your en vivo. Okay, and then you have to do your write-up. Because qualitative and quantitative is not the same. Okay, the qualitative research and the quantitative research is not the same. Qualitative, it is up to you, individual interpretation. Whereas quantitative, you get that result is definite. People cannot argue. But not qualitative.
Doktor, just want to ask, yang NVGO tu kan 2 weeks trial kan doktor kan?
Yes.
So meaning that in this case, let's say if you do the just now you say the first assignment is next week or another week, and then the second assignment is in another 2 weeks. So meaning that in this case NVGO tu will be expired, is it?
Yes.
So
that's why I say you have to do it fast.
Oh,
This
okay.
week, you form a group, discuss, conduct interviews, and transcribe. Okay. So by the second week, after next week, since next week is your first week of using, the first day of using your en vivo, right? You plus 14 days. That means what is the last day? Next week will be what? 5th, isn't it? 5th of April, right? So 5th of April plus 14 days, at last by the 19th of April, that's your last day of using your en vivo. So that means after that, you cannot use your en vivo anymore, and you cannot perform analysis. So whatever analysis that you need to conduct, make sure before 18 or 19. Your write-up, you don't have to use en vivo. You can use Microsoft Word. Your analysis, you have to use en vivo. Okay, so from your en vivo, later on, you can export whatever that you have analyzed to your Microsoft Word, and then that is where you can do your write-up. Any question?
Doctor, do you have any format for transcript?
Yes. Ada. Nanti saya jalan nanti. Any question? No Syafika? Any question no Syafika?
Ada, Prof.
Tak ada.
The first one we need to submit individually or in group, the transcribe.
It is easier for you to create one folder for your group. You put in that particular folder. You got it? So you can submit based on your group members lah, in a folder for your group, and then you send it to me. Or if you want to send it to me individually, but it still can be acceptable. Because some of you very fast, some of you very late, kan? So the best thing is send it individually, but it's okay. But put your group group name or group number. Group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. How many groups do you have? 4. Right? So 4 groups. What I'm going to say here? 4 group interview done. Okay lah. It should be okay. Any questions so far? Anyone not clear?
Yes, Prof. My question is for the individual work.
Who is this?
Prof, it's Abdurrauf.
Huh?
It's Abdurrauf.
Abdurrauf, where are you, Abdurrauf? Okay, Abdurrauf, yes.
Prof, for the individual work, for the topic, it will be the one we did in the group. We'll just do that. That's the title of the mistake.
Yes, it will be the same title.
Okay, thank you, Prof. That's all.
Okay, the title is the same, but it is written by 5 individual.
Okay, Prof. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions so far? No. Good. Okay, clear about your assignment? Okay. So what I want you to do, okay, when you submit your transcript, please attach your interview questions. You list down what are your interview questions. So at least I know these are the interview questions. Okay. And then what you can do later on, okay, if your Hidayah have created the Google Drive and so on, I will upload, okay, one folder that is called as NVivo data. Okay, I will upload one folder which is called as NVivo data. So whatever that you're going to do in your using the S for software NVivo, it is in that, whatever materials is in that particular folder. Okay, and then there are some articles, qualitative articles in that particular folder. Look at it, how they write, okay, the findings. Qualitative is not numbers. Qualitative are text and words. And the sources of information is not one. There are many, but 9 sources of information to conduct qualitative research. It can be interviews, it can be just a picture, it can be a focus group. Okay, you have done that, isn't it? Or you can use your social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, or you can analyze using SurveyMonkey. They have the findings, whatever conduct SurveyMonkey, you have qualitative aspect, you can use that. And then you can use YouTube, okay, videos, or you can use a video by itself to conduct, or to translate an audio. So there are many sources that can be used for your qualitative research. So it all depends on you. Okay, so for NVivo, it's more on the qualitative. The SPS is on a more on the quantitative. Okay, any questions? So far, so good?
Okay.
Okay. Senang kan? Okay, we're going to use, I'm going to upload later on to be your NVivo, what called as NVivo 12. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. So it doesn't matter where you are, whether in Maldives, Bangladesh, or Zimbabwe, okay, or Bangladesh, you can use the same questions to conduct an interview. So it'll be very interesting if you have different culture. See, based on the question, what is the findings? It's they will be very interesting. Okay, let me see. Okay. So let me share the screen. I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to share another screen. Okay. For your en vivo, okay, if you conduct an interview, it can be either focus group or it can be what we call it one-to-one, face-to-face interviews. It can be by phone or whatever means of methods you use for conduct interviews. So for your data preparation, okay, transcribing. Okay, after you conduct interview, you have to transcribe. So what is transcribing? Okay, involves translating from an oral language, because conduct interview will be an oral, with its own sets of rules to written language with another sets of rules. Understood? Any questions so far? Uh-oh. Okay. Involves translating from an oral language with its own sets of rules to a written language with another sets of rules. Any question?
Yeah, Prof, I didn't get.
Hmm?
I didn't get this. What's it saying there?
It says that you involve translating from an oral language, that means spoken, with its own sets of rules, then to written language with another sets of rules. Okay. I'm going to ask you questions. Okay. When I ask you questions, is it written or oral?
Oral.
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 Now you write. Therefore, it considered as written. Understood? Okay. Now do you have a pen with you and a piece of paper? Yes. Good. Okay. This is a questions that I want you to transcribe. Got it? Okay. I want you to transcribe this question. Okay. This is a question. What is your name? Done? My question is, what is my name? Isn't it? That is oral. But the one that you wrote down on a piece of paper, what is that?
What is your name?
The one that you wrote on the paper, what is your name, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. The one that you wrote on the paper, that is a written language. The one that I spoke was an oral. Okay. Look at the paper that you wrote. What is your name? Is it a question? Is it an instruction? Is it a command?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just what is your name?
Okay. That's all. Is it a question?
Question.
Or is it a command?
Question.
Hmm?
Question.
Question.
Question,
How do you
yes.
know it is a question? How do you know it is a question? It's not a command. It's not an instruction.
What?
No.
Tanda soal tu.
You have the punctuation mark. Look at the punctuation. You have a question mark. If a question mark, that means that is a question, isn't it? When you wrote, you put a question mark. When I asked you with my spoken language, is there a question mark?
No.
What is your name? There is no question mark. But when you wrote down on then when you transcribe, you're translating what I've spoke, isn't it? You write down as, what is your name? Why don't you put just a full stop? If the punctuation is not a question mark, instead of question mark, you put a full stop. What is it? Is it a question?
Yes, it is a question.
What is your name? Full stop. Is it a question?
No, because
No.
no punctuation mark.
It's
Yeah.
a statement.
Yes, it's just a statement. That's why written language with another sets of rules. That rule is When that is a question, you put a question mark. You got it? If it is a question, you have to put a question mark. Hoi! Remember? Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes, Prof.
That is oral. You write down. Okay. What of punctuation that you're going to use? Is it a question mark?
No.
That's another set of rules to differentiate oral and written. Please hand it over to me. Okay, please hand it over to me. Is it a question? Is it a statement? Or is it an instruction?
Command.
So you look back at how you write. Okay, when I say hoi just now, okay, Hidayah, please read 1 to 10 in terms of the volume and loudness. That I say hoi just now, 1 to 10. 10 the loudest, 1 very soft.
10.
10. Shazwani?
About 7.
About 7. Hamiza? Hasmiza?
Maybe 8.
Tanjir? Tanjir, you hear me?
Yes, Prof.
Just now when I shout, hoi, read 1 to 10. 10 is the loudest, 1 is the very softly.
10.
10. Okay. You have 4 different people, right? Did they rank the same or rank differently?
Different.
Yeah, different.
Different.
Because
That is
different
based on
understanding.
interpretation. 2 of you says 10, 1 of you said 8, 1 of you says 7. You got it? There's only one person who says something. Hoi, this is me. And I have 4 different people that interpret differently in terms of the loudness of what I said just now. Understood? So that is the interpretation. That's why qualitative, okay, I cannot say whether you are right or you are wrong. It's very subjective. It is based on the inquirer's interpretation. It is based on your interpretation. That's why even though you have the same questions that you ask, but you might have different interpretations based on the response that you receive from the respondent. So when you talk about transcribing, okay, involves translating from an oral language with its own sets of rules to written language with another set of rules. That is what it meant, transcribing. Okay. And the second part is not a representation of some original reality. They are interpretive constructions that are useful tools for a given purpose. The words of the conversation, fleeting as the steps of an improvised dance, are fixated into static words. Understood this statement? The words of the conversation, fleeting as the steps of improvised dance, are fixated into static words. Hanis, can you dance, Hanis? Hanis, can you dance?
No, doctor. He already replied in the chat.
Oh, he cannot. She cannot dance.
Yeah, problem with the...
Okay, pity her. Cannot dance.
Have problem with the mic.
Okay, Aini, not Aini.
Sorry, doctor. Cannot.
Sorry, cannot. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Can you tie a shoelace, Aini?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All of you, can you tie a shoelace? Okay. Now, I want you to write on your Microsoft Word. Just write to me 3 instructions. Okay, write an instruction on your Microsoft Word. How to tie a shoelace. I need 3 steps. We might have 10 steps or 20 steps, but I need the first 3 steps. How to tie a shoelace. I'm going to relate this to your the word of conversation fitting as the steps of an improvised dance are fixated into static words. Okay, can you write? And then afterward, share your screen. I'm going to stop the screen. Muhammad Aizat ni penyanyi ke?
Bukan doktor.
Ha?
Bukan.
Penyanyi ya?
Tak boleh.
Okay. Okay, are you ready with the 3 steps? Hidayah Gani, an honor for you to share the screen. You click share and then you choose your document.
Doctor, while waiting for Hidayah, can you refresh by the your what require us to do?
Write an instruction, okay, of how to tie a shoelace. Okay, write an instruction how to tie a shoelace.
Is it like this, bro?
Okay. Place a shoe on a flat surface. Okay. Tie a basic knot. Okay, how to tie a basic knot? I don't understand how to tie a basic knot.
Basic knot, put it, there's no lock there.
How to tie a basic? Clear or not?
It's not clear for those who don't understand what is basic knot, then they would not know what is that.
So, not good instruction. Okay, stop sharing. Next. Somebody else, let us share. Take the both lace and trap one lace over the other and then pull them tight. Each should form a knot. Okay. Take both laces. That's action. Hidayah. What is showing is that is your action. Right. So that is what it meant. Okay. When you talk, when there's action, now you put in writing, that is your written, it becomes static. Okay, it becomes static. You cannot put, okay, you pull up and then you turn it around from left to right, right to left, and then you pull, make sure that the lace go into one of the, you got it? One of the loop. You
Understand?
Got it?
Understand?
So that's what we call, when it is a dance. Tahu juga Mak Yong?
Nanti.
Okay, whatever type of that. K-pop dance, do you know how to do K-pop song? Have you seen K-pop dance? Now you put in writing. You cannot put in writing. It's very difficult because it becomes static. It doesn't represent. So that's what it meant. That word just now. Okay, let me start share. Okay. That's what it meant by the words of conversation. Okay, fleeting as the steps of improvised dance are fixated in the static words. Become static. It doesn't represent. So the goal of transcribing. Can you see the screen? Boleh ke see the screen?
Yes, bro.
Okay. The goal of transcribing is to be as true as the conversation as possible. Okay. The goal of transcribing is to be as true as the conversation as possible, yet pragmatic in dealing with data. To be as true as the conversation. They must reflect what actually happened. That is the goal of transcribing. Okay. If a person knows to cry, okay, when you conduct an interview, she feel very sad. She cry. She weep. Then in your transcript, you have to indicate that that person that you conduct interview cry or weeping. Understood? Because you want to say to be as true as the conversation. So when she cry, you have to record it in your transcript. If she were to shout, therefore it must be recorded, it must be shown in your transcript to indicate that she's shouting. You got it? Why people cry? Tell me. Sometimes people cry because of joy. They are happy, they cry. Sometimes because of sadness. They are very sad, they cry. Okay. Sometimes people cry because of painful. okay, her leg knocked something or her head bumped on something, she will cry. So the reason of crying, we do not know. Okay, so when you see a person cry, therefore, if you were to conduct an interview, if that respondent were to cry, you have to transcribe, you have to record it in your transcript that indicate that the person cried, because the goal of transcribing is to be as true as the conversation. Okay. Okay. Issues and suggestions. When you conduct an interview, the respondent might say okay, so you have to record it. Okay, repetition communicates something about the thinking or emotions of the interviewee. May indicate hesitation or some other concern about the topic being discussed or event being recalled, although the entity may simply a regularly occurring pattern of speech. Apa nama? Okay. Repeated denials may in fact indicate an opposite meaning of what the respondent at first appeared to be saying. Okay. So include any repetition. Okay. Don't correct incomplete sentence. Okay. Don't correct incomplete sentence, which tend to represent the way people talk, or poor grammar. It is important to capture the form and sounds of the participant's expression. Are they joyful? Are they sad? Okay, the facial expression have to record. Note events which create interruptions to the flow of the interview. Okay, is there any interruption? So take a note on it. Sometimes if the boss were to pass by, they just keep quiet for a while. Why? They are worried or whatever it is. Or because there's a noise. Or there's a big bang. Okay? That appear that you heard. Okay. Note also other things that happen which may influence the interpretation of the text. Okay.
Record none to us regarding just now previous slide regarding note event which create interruption of the flow.
Yes.
Of the interview. Let's say you conduct interview using Zoom, and then suddenly there is a internet breakdown or the electricity cut down. So should we record that also?
Yes. You have to indicate in your interview. Okay, there's a communication breakdown. Why? Okay, internet disconnected. Have you watched movie In Pursuit of Happiness? Have you ever heard the name of the movie In Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, that is qualitative research. Okay, that is a qualitative research. So they make it a film. They make it a movie. So your qualitative research, it must be detailed. So when you conduct an interview, you must very good listener. Listen to what he or she has said. Do you have any questions? If you need to do probing, you have to do probing. Can you explain to me further? That's a probing question, because you need more clarification. Because you're going to meet him only once. That's it. Whatever that you are not clear, whatever that you need to get some clarification and so on, get from them at that point of time. Don't wait later. That's why you must be a good listener. Focus. And when you talk general, you want to have some specific, ask specifically. So your 7 questions is generic. Okay, that is your guide. These are things that I want to ask. So when the respondent were to give the answers, respond to your questions, you have anything else to ask, you ask at that point of time. That question is not prepared. That's what I call as a probing questions. Each of you are going to have different probing questions. You have the 7 generic, the same question, but when the respondent answer, and then you need some clarification, that I'm going to see, is there any probing or not? Not just ask one question, okay, done. They respond to sentences, then you go to the next question. You got what I mean? if you have 7 questions, the first question that guy answer in 2 sentences, finish. Then you go to the second question, 3 questions, then they answer in 3 sentences. Then you move to the next question. At last, how many lines you have? It is not half an hour interview. You just can finish off your interview, that 7 questions within 5 minutes. So while listening to whatever that your respondent says, okay, you might have some probing questions. Okay, so in that folder later on, you look into some of the articles that I upload to you later. There are some forms of questionnaire, how to questions. Okay, at the beginning or at the conclusion, or what type of probing question that you can ask. There are an example only. Okay, record a non-verbal or emotional elements of the conversation, long pause, short pause, laughter, very emotional at certain point. So you have to record that. Okay, emotional tone and use of rhetorics are important to record. Okay, something said sarcastically, if simply verbatim, may convey the opposite meaning of the intended. Okay, for example, okay, I ask you to read chapter 3, okay, before class. Okay, next week we're going to proceed with chapter 3. Please read before come to class. Okay, so when the third class happen, then we'll ask you, have you read chapter 3 that I told you to read last week? So some of you say no, right? Sincere, very truthful. No, sir, no time. Then what my response is, it's okay, it's good for you not to read. You got it?
Nangis, gaduh.
Huh? Hello?
Betul? Dia nak ikut? Oh. Okay, bye.
Okay, so if you do not want to read, it's okay, it's good. Is that what I meant? So something said sarcastically, if simply verbatim, may convey the opposite meaning of the intended. I want you to read, but you don't want to read. It's okay, it's good. That means I say sarcastically, very sarcastic. That's not what I meant. I want you to read. That's the meaning. Okay. So if you simply verbatim, it may convey the opposite of the meaning intended. Kita nak baca, it's okay, it's good for you not to read. Yes.
So in the transcript, so we should write the actual dialogue or kena write sarcastically tu?
Say direct, verbatim, and then you have to have in a bracket. What does it mean? You might put okay, it's very sarcastic. What it meant was that is based on interpretation. Hold on, Seth. There's a call for me. Okay, boleh? Okay, next. Okay. If one of the speakers or the interviewer is providing a non-intrusive affirmation of what another is saying, one option is to record the information simply by placing it in parentheses or in square bracket within the flow of the text. So when you communicate, you ask questions, okay, and then they responded, okay, and they say, okay, That is what we call as non-intrusive affirmation. Understood? When your respondent gives the response, and you not just keep quiet and stare at her or at him for 4 minutes. So sometimes you might respond, okay, I got it. But you're not interfering with him. So that is what we call as non-intrusive affirmation. So it must be in the flow of the text. Okay, rather than taking it to a new paragraph. Okay. Then digressions from the topic of the interview. Okay, they mean that guy is talking about something else rather than based on what you are going to you ask him or her. Okay, the decision about whether or not to include the text centers on whether there is any meaning of the digression. If not significant, skip. The details are part of the conversation. You ask something, they talk about something else. Okay, so that's something else. Is it significant or not? If it is not significant, remove it. Don't include in your interview transcript. Okay? Any question? Hold on, eh? Okay, Siti Rahima. Okay, on the first paragraph, okay, this is the first paragraph in Microsoft Word. You collect as much as possible the profile of the respondent. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to conduct an interview with Siti Rahima. So I put her name, Siti Rahima. Siti Rahima, what's your gender, male or female?
Email.
Female. So I put female. How old are you?
24.
Okay, 24 years old. Okay, working?
No.
So let's say you're working.
Okay.
What's
I'm
your
working.
job? Okay, general manager. Okay. How long have you been working? Let's say you have been working for 2 years. Okay. Okay, what else I want to know? Are you married? How many children? Okay. Where do you live? Okay. So collect as much as possible in the first paragraph about the profile of respondent. And this interview is conducted kat mana ya? Hotel. Okay, time of the interview. Okay. Boleh? So the time, and then you also record the time 10:30 a.m. Wednesday, and the date is, instead of that I put the date. Date is March 21st, 2021, 2021. Okay, 10:30 a.m. Wednesday. Contohnya, example, okay. Okay, this is where it start, and then ends. Okay, my interview ends around, let's say, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock a.m. Okay. So I have the first one is about the profile of the respondent. Capture as much as you want about the respondent. Okay. And then I'm going to record the date of the interview. Date of the interview. And then the time, and then at what time it ends. Okay. So now I already have that. So now as I listen to the audio, okay, to the conversation that I've conducted the interview. So in order to do that, I'm going to create 2 columns and several rows. Okay, create 2 columns and have several rows. Okay, you close the first one and you enlarge the second row. Okay, the first row is you. You are the interviewer. Okay, it's me. I put Ruslani. Okay, the second column is my question. Assalamualaikum. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so this is the first column. Okay, this column is about the interviewer and the respondent. Okay, and the second column is about the conversation. Okay, so you put in a row, so you can add in extra rows later on. Okay, so basically this is what you have. Okay, it can be depends based on your interviews, so you can adjust time and so on. And you can see that I did not press any enter key in the cell. Okay, I just continue typing. So what you're going to do next is, in the first column, in the first paragraph, okay, I'm going to use heading style number 1. Okay, so and if you're on the home, look at the styles over here. Can you see? And then you choose heading 1. Okay, this is what you get, heading number 1. This is in the first paragraph. Okay, that is the first paragraph. You can change the color. You want to modify heading 1. Heading 1, you can. Okay, modify kan. Okay, put black for example. Next, okay. Okay, that's it. One pull. And then for the first column, okay, you bring your cursor on top of this. Can you see the black arrow down on the first column? Okay, you just click it. Therefore, the entire column will be selected. Okay, whether if it is 10 pages, therefore all the 10 pages will be selected. And use heading number 2. Okay, use heading number 2. Okay, once you have completed, now what you're going to do is to select entire table. So you bring your cursor to the corner. Can you see that arrow, that box, small box? You just click on the box. This will be selected. Okay, and then under layout, okay, on the menu bar, layout, and then under data group, you see data group. Can you see data group? Okay, look for convert to text. Okay, click on convert to text. There's a pop-up window will appear. Okay, choose paragraph mark radio button. Okay, and then click OK. There you are. Everything will be changed into paragraph.
Doctor, can you repeat again one more time?
Okay, this is what you have typed, right? This one is your profile of the respondent. Okay, I put in red. So this is about collect as much as possible. As much as possible the profile of. Okay, that's what you need to do. This is to record date and time of the interview. Make sure location juga lah ya. And also location. Hotel apa?
Doctor?
Yeah.
If we the interview held using the Google Meet, so the location should be the place of.
Yes, you put Google Meet interview, online interview using Google Meet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And then this will be your conversation. Okay, this will be your what we call as interviewer and interviewee. Okay, this interviewer and interviewee. Interviewee, EWE. Okay, this column. Okay, this column, and this column will be your conversation. Okay, you got it? So the first paragraph, this is your first paragraph. You choose heading 1. Under style group, look for heading 1. Okay, then you go to the conversation, take the first column, you bring your cursor on top of that column. Okay, you click, it will be highlighted. That means the entire column will be selected. If you have 10 pages or 11 pages, everything will be selected and change to heading number 2. If you cannot find heading of number 2 over here, you just click this button and then you scroll down. Okay, or scroll up to choose heading number 2. Okay, if it doesn't appear here. There are about 9 headings now. Okay, heading 1, heading 2 until heading 8 or heading 9. So you choose heading 1 and heading 2. So the heading 2. After that, I said you just click this corner, the icon, or if not, you just do like this. Okay, use your cursor, highlighted those. Okay, therefore the entire is selected. Then you go to layout. Okay, click on layout. Okay, and then under data group, you find the icon convert to text. Okay, the pop-up window will appear, and then choose paragraph marks, and then click OK. Okay, before you convert, okay, before you convert, you save this file. Okay, you save this file first. Okay, files, save as. Okay, you can save in whatever location that you want. So I'm going to put as Siti Rahima. Siti Rahima. Because I'm going to save the file according to the name of my respondent. Siti Rahima table before I convert. Okay. So this is my original file. Okay. So I save the file as Siti Rahima table because my respondent name is Siti Rahima. Okay. And then after I do that, and then after that, I'm going to convert into paragraph. So I select. Okay, this way I'm going to convert into paragraph. And then data, look for convert to text, paragraph marks, then click OK. Therefore, this is the, what I have is the interview conversation. Okay, you got it? Okay, Now, after I've done this, I'm going to save again. So now I save as Rahima. Okay, instead of Rahima table, I remove the word table. I save as Siti Rahima. Okay, got it? This is how you transcribe.
Doctor?
Yeah.
After we convert that table, can we revert back? If let's say we
undo.
Undo. Can we undo that?
You undo.
Oh, just undo. Okay.
Click undo. Or let's say I select this one, right? Okay, under insert, if I'm not mistaken, table. Can you see this? Convert text to table. How many columns? I need to have 2 columns. How many rows? Okay. Can you see? Convert from table to column and then nampak tak?
Nampak.
That's how you convert lah. Okay, kalau nak convert from this one to back to table, you go to insert under table. Okay, and then convert text to table. How many columns you want? Just now it was 2, just make sure it's 2. Okay, if it's column is auto, then they tell you can adjust. So once done, this is where you save. So this is your transcript. This is the one that I want you to send to me. Okay, so regardless of how many pages, everything will be formatted. Okay, this is very important when you conduct what you call it as focus group. The paragraph style is very important. Okay, the paragraph style is very important so that you will be able to extract. Okay, any question?
Doctor, sorry, I want to ask, as we need to do the interview, right? So do we need to attach or give to you our record of the interview as well, or just the transcript?
Just a transcript.
Okay.
But if you want to send me the audio, that's good.
Understand.
I have no problem. You can do that too. So at least I know how long you take. Last semester I said, okay, you just send me the transcript. Earlier, yes, students send me the what you call as the audio file when they're in class. So when last semester is the first time I have online class with them, this is the first time. So I said, never mind, just send me the interview transcript, but not the audio. So that's where I detect that there's only 5 pages. I said it's not sufficient. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Okay, as I said, you come up with several questions, and then based on that 7 question, hopefully that 7 question will cover you for about 30 to 40 minutes, not more than that, because the transcribing, it takes some time. Okay, transcribing, it takes some time. Look into some of the articles that I sent in your folder later on. Okay, about interview questions, how to conduct interview, what we call it probing questions. Okay, at least you know, rather than just ask question, the answer, that's done, that's it. Okay, anything else? So once you have finished this, okay, a transcript, you can give it to your friend, your group member.
Doctor, just want to ask regarding the research, is it freedom or related to accounting only?
It's up to you.
Okay.
I'm going not to restrict. Okay, you must get consensus from your group member. Okay, what you want to do. Because if you have to restrict to accounting alone, then you have difficulties. Okay, so I don't want to have some difficulties. So you decide what you want to do with your research, but it must be topic that is researchable. Okay. Okay, any other questions?
Doctor, just to confirm, if you would like to conduct the interview, is it enough for one person only? The interview.
You conduct one interview for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Then your friend will share their transcript with you, because your friend also have the same question. Rather than I say you're going to conduct 5 interviews. If you have 5 members, right? Hey, I say I want you to conduct 5 interviews. If one person take you 30 minutes, and then today I get 1%, tomorrow I get another 1%. So you're going to finish off everything.
Okay.
And then you want to transcribe. You have to transcribe all the 5 interviews on your own, isn't it? So rather than doing that, let's share our work. We have the same questions. Now each of you conduct one interview. After that, we share all the interviews. So at least as if you yourself conduct 5 interviews. Okay, because I need to have the experience of conducting the interview. So the first interview is not that good. The second one might most likely better. The third one is much better, and so on. But that's the way of conducting the interview. Okay, be a good listener when you conduct the interview. Hopefully, it'll be in English, your interview. Okay, especially those foreign. Okay, in Zimbabwe, in Bangladesh, or Maldives, I will not understand the language if you use it is your native language. Okay, any questions so far?
Yeah, Prof. Can we conduct the interview in our local language and translate it in the transcript?
If possible, in English, it's much easier. If you're going to translate, it might lose the meaning of what has been transcribed. You got it, Shame?
Yes.
Doctor, again, can I know about the format of the transcript, font size, spacing, and others for the submission?
Okay, 1.5 spacing. Normally it's double spacing. Double spacing is a bit too long. Okay, you take 1.5. Font size should be Times Roman 12. But as I said, if you were to use, when you transcribe, right? Yes. Okay, let's see. Did I share the screen? Let me share.
Doctor, again, how about the pages? Minimum or maximum pages?
I do not know.
Okay.
Okay, this one. As you can see, Siti Rahima, isn't it? I mean the name of the individual. Okay, the font size is not 12. You got it? The font size is bigger. I think this is 13 or 14. Whereas this one, okay, what you're going to do is, in your original document, okay, you format it in your original document, the one that is in table. Paham? If you want to format it here. Stop share. Okay, can you see this one? The one that is in table format, the file. Okay, let's say this is the one. Okay, Okay, this is what? Color break. If you want to put S times Roman, change it to times Roman. Where is times Roman? Okay, if you do 12, make sure it's 12. Here. And this one, if you want to use time Roman again, make sure you confirm it is a time Roman. If I want to use font 14, then make sure it's font 14. And if I want to use this black, make sure it is black. Okay, then only you convert.
Doctor, just want to ask question.
Yes.
Let's say if the respondent answer in let's say in campur lah bahasa rojak kan, do we need to
Then put bahasa
translate
rojak.
to English? We need to translate in English lah.
No. You put the bahasa rojak.
Oh, you put
Remember,
bahasa rojak.
don't correct incomplete sentence.
Okay.
That's the way people talk. Okay, repetition. My name is. Therefore, in your transcript, you put my name is twice. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, others? Okay. So later on you send me those group members, okay? And make sure you have at least the most 7 questions now, okay? Because to transcribe 30 minutes or 40 minutes interview, it takes some time. Okay, it takes some time how to transcribe. That's why not more than 40 minutes. You will experience it. Okay, so best of luck. Nanti Hidayah. Make sure you create your Google Drive. Okay, then inform me. They allow me to access later on. Most probably tonight. Okay, I'm going to upload you with the materials.
Doctor.
Yeah.
I already sent you the invitation link to access the Google Classroom.
Dekat mana you hantar?
Dekat email tadi, Gmail.
Okay, kat Gmail. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. So anything else? So next week we're going to start in class, inshallah, at 8:30. Okay, I'm going to send you the meeting ID and also the passcode, and then we have the class in the morning and also in the evening.
Prof.
Okay.
Prof.
Yes.
Evening, what time will you finish the class?
Evening.
Yeah, because I have to pick my son from school at 3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. where? Are you
From
Malaysia?
school. Yeah.
Okay. Because we're going to start at 2:30, then I think we finish at about 4:30 or 5. You have somebody else to pick up your son?
No, I have to pick my son from school at 3 o'clock.
No. Is there anybody else can pick up for him?
No. It's only me here.
Okay. In that case, later on you will have to watch the video.
Yeah, that's okay. I can stay until 2:40. Then I have to leave.
Now you have to watch the video. If you finish class, you get the video.
Yeah.
At least you can follow it later on. Because as I said, the software is only meant for 2 weeks. So that's why I have to do morning and evening for 2 weeks to cover that particular topic.
Is it okay? I join back at 3:30.
Okay, no problem. Okay, any questions?
Prof, the question is, so the class, is it going to be both in the morning and in the evening, or it will be one class?
Morning and evening. We're going to have a break, maybe around 12:30 or 12:45, and then we're going to start back again at 2:15. Only for 2 weeks, next week and the following week. Because if not, we cannot, because the software is only meant for 2 weeks, so I cannot, you know. As I said, install your software next Monday, not when I upload the software. Do not use the software. Do not install the software. Okay, wait until next Monday before class. Before class, you already installed, so during the class, it's easier for us to start with rather than waiting for, because it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to install. Okay, installation time is about 5 to 10 minutes, depends on the speed of your computer. Any question?
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Yes, Tanjay.
So actually we have issue. So on Monday, we have class research methodology and the quantitative this one. So actually research methodology we didn't take the last semester. So this semester we have to take both subject.
No, if it is crash, you have to settle it with the coordinator or whoever the in charge. So, because it's the same time, isn't it?
Yeah, same times. The research methodology 9:30 and
yeah.
This one,
so you have to discuss.
8:30.
Normally, if clash, you have to drop one.
So just
overseas, you cannot have a timetable that is clash. You have to have different hours.
Yeah.
So you have to drop either one. Either you drop this subject or you drop another subject.
We just beg you, will you move our class timetable or any other solution that we can take both subjects?
I do not know.
Oh.
I do not know. Because I also have very limited time. Okay. Other than Monday, do you have any other days that you are free?
Yeah. Can we join this subject to part-timer?
No. If you want to join this as a part-timer, you have to register to the other class. Don't register in my class because I'm not going to keep your record because the assessment will be different.
Oh,
because
see.
I don't teach a part-timer.
So, and one more thing I just want to know.
So you discuss with the head of program, okay, in the faculty, ask them whether you can join. So that means your name will be under the part-time student rather than as a full-time student for this class only.
Only for one subject?
Yes. Ask them whether it's allowable or not. You have to discuss with them.
And sir, so I'm really sorry to ask one more question.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to take my the thesis dissertation the next semester.
Mm-hmm.
If I cannot take this quantitative this semester, can I take quantitative and dissertation together next semester?
That one you have to ask your head of program because it's very difficult. Because when you write to the dissertation, you must be able to know how to analyze. You got it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you do not prepare, that means you do not have some idea of it. Then when you conduct your research, most likely your research will be, you cannot turn back.
That's why we are really in trouble because research methodology and this subject, I think we need to complete by this semester. Then maybe we can go for dissertation.
Yeah,
otherwise
they think they have put a plan that no, you shouldn't clash. Okay, if you're in the exact semesters, okay, then you shouldn't have any clash subject.
No, actually, I didn't take the research methodology last semester. That's why this issue arises.
Then you have to adjust with the other lecturer, or I mean, talk to your head of program, whoever in charge.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Other than Monday, is there any free day for you all? Monday to Friday?
We have off Friday.
Friday. How about others?
Pahang free.
Only Friday.
Friday free?
Yes.
The reason is, okay, if I could not make it, if I could not make class on Monday morning, okay, the reason is that if I have to attend meetings and so on, so I need to skip the class. So I'm going to replace the class on the day that you're free. Okay?
Doktor, what if Friday after solat Jumaat can?
Boleh?
Boleh, ya.
Every day after like lunch we are.
No. Only when I cannot have class on Monday.
Okay, alright.
Then you're going to have a replacement class. That means you don't delay. Or it can be, let's say, this morning I'm going to have a meeting, for example, okay? Then evening you're free, isn't it?
Yes.
Monday, okay. Most likely we do it in the evening. I'm afraid if I have meeting morning and evening, that means the whole Monday I cannot have a class with you. Then we do it on Friday. I will inform you when I cannot have a class with you. Okay? So it can be either in the evening, Monday evening, or it can be in on Friday.
Prof,
Okay.
if it is a replacement class, can I request to have it on morning?
Morning.
Because in the evening,
Oh,
2:45 to 3:30,
you have to pick up your
I will not have any other choice.
How about others? Okay.
Yes, me too. Prefer morning.
Morning, then in that case, can we do it on Friday morning?
Can, Doctor.
Can, Doctor.
Okay, so if a replacement class, we do it on Friday morning.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Okay, Doctor.
Okay. Anything else? Thank you.
Just want to ask regarding the attendance. Do we need to any Google form we need to
attendance is compulsory for you all, isn't it? You pay for the tuition.
So it
I
is
mean
compulsory
attendance
for
for
you to
today.
attend.
Attendance for today, Doctor.
You do not want to attend, it's your fault, not my fault.
No, Doctor. Regarding attendance for today, do we need to fill another
I don't
Google
believe in
form?
attendance.
Okay, alright.
So I expect my students to be
Time and then participate in class because you're going to gain some knowledge, because this one will help you in your dissertation.
Do we need to sign in the future attendance or anything?
No, I'm not using UFuture. I'm not attached to UiTM. I'm being seconded. I'm UiTM staff, but I'm being seconded in UiTM company, so I don't use UFuture. Okay, so I'm using Zoom. So in Zoom I have the attendance, so don't worry. I have your attendance in Zoom.
Yeah, Doctor.
Okay. Okay. If nothing else, is there any question else to ask me?
Doctor, last one just to confirm. So the transcript just now we need to submit to you by next Monday, is it?
If possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Doctor.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Doctor.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doctor.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, Doctor.